What's going on, people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. As you can see, I'm happy, but just still not impressed still. And what I mean is that this scoreline is a good result, but it could have been much better. But as I said before on this channel, on the final third, we just simply cannot do well. Chance after chance after chance, and we simply cannot score. So, but listen, we won tonight, our last home game sorry, our last game in the group stages. And since we got that win yesterday, Chelsea are the sixth team to win 100 wins in at home. So we are only the sixth club to do it, which is 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 not that bad, considering um, we never used to be in the Champions League like all the time, if you know what I mean. But since we are the sixth club to do it, I'm really happy. So Centurion for Chelsea wins at home. So well done, well done. So really impressed by that. So yeah. So let's get into the game. But before we get started, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are new. Make sure you smash a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of my content. And make sure you share this video to everybody so that they can give their thoughts and opinions on Chelsea's win against Dinamo Zagreb yesterday. So without further ado, let's start off with the lineup. So Chelsea went for back four today, and on your right you'll see the you'll see the full lineup for the Chelsea one, and on your right you'll see the full lineup for the Dinamo Zagreb game. So we started with a back four, a few changes because it's the last game and we've already qualified. So yeah, we don't really need to start big players, but yeah, and I'm really hoping that Denis Zakaria can get his start for Chelsea. And when I saw the lineup, I was so happy because Kovacic is, whenever he starts, he gets injured. Kante's injured. Loftus-Cheek was awful against Brighton, so I really hope to see Denis Zakaria be starting yesterday, and he did. And I'm going to be talking about him in just a minute. But let's start off with the first half and the second half. Then I'll talk about each player individually, and I'll give you guys my man of the match at the end of this video. So the first half, Dinamo Zagreb started well. They really started well, and yeah, in the 70th minute, they punished us. They punished us. For that goal, I think all of the defenders should have done better. The amount of space that winger for Dynamo Zagreb gave to that number nine was absolutely awful. I believe that Aspilicueta should have been ahead of the guy um, headed it to the back of the net. And I also believe that Chalobah should have cleared it, or maybe Mendy could have saved it to prevent it being a goal, because we haven't kept that much clean sheet so far since I believe it was that Brentford draw. Yeah, we have been keeping clean sheets since that Brentford draw. So defensively for that goal, it's been shocking, and maybe Mendy as well. So yeah, when it was 1-0 down, I was thinking to myself, listen, if we lose, I'm still not going to be that angry because we qualified for the group stage, for the knockout stages. So, yeah, but the manner that we conceded that goal was absolutely terrible. So, defensively, next game against Arsenal, they really need to sort that out if we want to keep a clean sheet and to win that game. So, yeah, 7 minutes in, already 1-0 down, but in the 16th minute, yeah. Raheem Sterling finally scores for Chelsea after like 2 months of the goals dried up. Yesterday, that completely gone. You can see that the goal from him was absolutely superb. It all started from Jorginho, who fed the ball to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang wanted to score, but since he saw Raheem Sterling moving forward very quickly, he decides to pass it to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling the composure of him to go past one or two players and to score that in the bottom left hand corner was absolutely superb. And that's the kind of finish I want to see from wingers who can do what Sterling did tonight. So you can see what it means to him when he scored that goal, when he celebrated, because he's saying to himself, boy, I haven't been scoring that much for Chelsea. Let's hope I can score tonight. And that's exactly what he did. So well done to Raheem Sterling. And then Denis Zakaria on his on his debut for Chelsea scores a brilliant goal for Chelsea outside of the box. He done kind of like what Kovacic did against Salzburg. It was a really good goal, except Kovacic's goal didn't take a deflection. Dennis Zakaria's goal did took a deflection. And even though the number two or the goalkeeper couldn't keep that out, listen, it still went in. And Dennis Zakaria was really happy. Of course, he didn't want to celebrate because he's thinking to himself, why, you see, I started and I scored. Why can't I not do this consistently? And I like the way he looked at Graham Potter, because Graham Potter will be thinking to himself, boy, I must feel embarrassed to not start him. So you see, I was hoping and praying to God that Dennis Zakaria will start and get some minutes, and that's exactly what he's done. So I really hope that Graham Potter, yeah, excuse me, start Denis Zakaria from now until the World Cup. Arsenal in the Premier League at home, Man City away for the Carabao Cup, and Newcastle, I believe it's away from home. Yeah, away from home. I really hope that Denis Zakaria starts from now until before the World Cup, because you can see in that midfield he was my man of the match because he won tackles. He the passing was good, scored a brilliant goal. Like, he was absolutely superb tonight. And I think, believe him and Jorginho in that pivot is working because, like I said, Jorginho was part of that goal because he fed the ball to the Aubameyang, then the Aubameyang got the assist for Sterling's goal. So I think those two, Jorginho and Dennis Zakaria, was superb tonight. And I think here that these two must start against Arsenal because I don't want to see Kovacic get an injury before the World Cup. So I think he needs a rest, and I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek needs to be on the bench because the game against Brighton he wasn't that great. So I think Jorginho and Dennis Zakaria in that pivot should start against Arsenal because they were brilliant in the midfield. The passes were good, the tackles were good. So the next game, these two must start as the pivot. Simple as that. So yeah, there is a call man of the match. Jorginho was good. So yeah, the second half we have to give Dinamo Zagreb credit because they wanted to be in the Europa League rather than being out of Europe. And the only way to do that is to beat Chelsea. So when they were 2-1 down, they still show heart, fight, desire, passion. And that's what you need to do against big teams like this. Even though you're losing, still put your heart, fight, desire, passion, and give it your all. And that's what Dinamo Zagreb did. So that's why I went for 2-1 Chelsea, because I know that Dinamo Zagreb will at least play really good football against us. And that's what they did in the first half and the second half. The second half, we had more chances. To score a couple of goals. But listen, Dinamo Zagreb defended really well. The goalkeeper made some brilliant saves, the likes of Mason Mount's free kick, Aubameyang's missed chance, Chilwell's missed chance. He made some saves. So, yeah, like I said before, even though in the final third, we still cannot do well. We had a couple of chances, but like I said, the goalkeeper for Dinamo Zagreb needs to get a credit, and also the Dinamo Zagreb defenders need to get some credit. So yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, you have to give Dinamo Zagreb credit and big up to the fans. Big up to Dinamo Zagreb fans because you're 2-1 down and you're still at the ground, still enjoying the trip to West London and still support your team. That is how you do it. And I hope the Brighton fans were watching that game because even though you're 2-1 down, still be at the ground, still support your team, and let yourself know that there's more minutes for your team to at least get a win or a draw. So I really hope the Brighton fans watched that game and thought and they should be disappointed that they left the ground early when their team are 4-1 up. Really disappointed. But yeah, big up to the Dinamo Zagreb fans. So yeah, so let's move on into the players. So let me just quickly get on my phone so that I won't miss anybody. Let's have a look. So so let's start off with the goalkeeper, Mendy. Now, of course, he didn't have much to do in both the first half and the second half. Obviously, he conceded a goal, and I believe he should have saved that. But other than that, he didn't have much to do. So yeah, for Mendy, so Ben Chilwell, I thought he looked really, really good as left back yesterday. I thought the distribution was good, the passing was good. When he got that corner, Chalobah had a few chances to score, but instead it went off target. When it was a free kick, Mount almost had the chance to score, and the same thing goes to Thiago Silva, but that was off target. So I thought Ben Chua as left back was absolutely superb, and he is far better than Kukwe as left back. So Ben Chilwell was absolutely brilliant in yesterday's game. The only fortunate is that in the 90th minute, you can see that he feels really disappointed that he's going to also miss the World Cup. And this is the one thing I want to say for the World Cup. I think here that the World Cup here should have happened in June, yeah, not in winter, because look at the players, the likes of Reece James, maybe Erling Haaland, all of maybe Saka as well. I just don't get why the World Cup has to happen in winter. This has never happened before. The first time that in World Cup history that they have to play winter rather than summer. It just doesn't make any sense. So we wish all the best of luck to Ben Chilwell. And now our wing backs are now injured, just like last season once again. Like it's really disappointing. But yeah, Ben Chilwell had a good game. I thought Koulibaly also had a really good game defensively. The same thing goes for Chalobah. I thought he looked really good. Azpilicueta, I thought all right, but not that great. Of course, he put some brilliant crosses in, but like I said, I feel like that goal from Dinamo Zagreb in the 7th minute, he should have done better. If he would have you know, go a bit forward and cleared the ball, that would have prevented being the goal. But other than that, I thought Aspilicueta had a good game. Like I said, Denis Zakaria, man of the match. Um, Now I've heard that Denis Zakaria's injury is not that serious and he's okay. So thank goodness for that because I want him to start against Arsenal. So I thought Denis Zakaria was good. I thought Jorginho was absolutely superb. Like I said, in as a CDM, Mason Mount shocking once again. Like I don't know what's going on with this guy. At first, I think it was like 3 or 4 games for Graham Potter, and it looked like the Mason Mount that we saw. But ever since then, the likes of Manchester United, Brighton, Salzburg, and all that stuff, he hasn't been looking that great. So, yeah, Mason Mount was poor. I thought Kai Havertz looked really good as a central attacking midfielder, which we all wanted to see. So he looked really good. Sterling, he may score the goal, but still looked a bit disappointing. But I thought he was, so I'll give him like probably like a 6 for that game. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he had chances, but unfortunately couldn't put them in the back of the net. So he was disappointing. So yeah, so the only players I was disappointed with is Aubameyang, Sterling, Aspie, and Mendy. The rest of them was absolutely brilliant. And like I said, Denis Zakaria was my man of the match. So yeah, that's basically it. So the substitutes, Borussia came on, could have scored the goal of the Champions League so far this season, but unfortunately that blocked. I thought Conor Gallagher when he came on looked alright. The same thing goes for Thiago Silva. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, when he came on, I don't think he was that great. And Pulisic, the same thing, wasn't that great. So yeah, that's basically it. So that's how the game went, 2-1 to Chelsea. And that's our final Champions League group stage before the World Cup. So yeah, brilliant, brilliant, good win. Let's hope that we can do the same thing against Arsenal, even though I'm not confident in that game, like I said in my last video. But let's see what we can do. Let's hope we can break that curse. We can finally beat Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, and yeah, and just silence the Arsenal fans. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Sunday. So that's basically the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you are new, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of my content. Make sure you smash a like if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you click the share button so that everyone can give their thoughts and opinions on Chelsea's performance of yesterday, and who was your man of the match. Who do you think did well, and who do you think was really disappointing? Let me know in the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.